Tesla just achieved something eerily similar with their Optimus robot, and it's about to change the world as we know it. What I'm about to tell you might sound like science fiction, but I've got the evidence. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this. Here's where it gets wild. Like, really wild. Tesla's Optimus robot just pulled off something straight out of science fiction. It can now learn complex tasks just by watching first-person videos online. No more motion capture suits. No more manually guiding every little movement. For years, teaching robots was like trying to teach someone to cook by moving their arms while they're blindfolded, painfully slow. But now, Optimus watches a few videos and suddenly knows how to stir, fold, pour, you name it. And the craziest part, one single neural network handles everything. One brain, infinite skills, just like us. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds way too good to be true. And honestly, same. But then came the mic drop moment from Milan Kovac, Tesla's VP of the Optimus project. One of our goals is to have Optimus learn straight from internet videos of humans doing tasks. We recently had a significant breakthrough along that journey and can now transfer a big chunk of the learning directly from human videos to the bots. Think about that. It's like how you watched your grandma cook, then tried recreating her magic in your own kitchen, with different tools, different conditions, but still nailed it. Optimus is doing exactly that. And it's not just copying movements, it's understanding context. The bot stirred a pot without spilling, vacuumed a floor without missing spots, and even tore a single paper towel off the roll cleanly. If you've ever tried that last one yourself, you know how insanely impressive that is. Here's something that might surprise you. Before Optimus wowed everyone by cooking, Tesla had it dancing, and people laughed. Who needs a dancing robot? They scoffed. But here's what they missed. Dancing is all about balance, coordination, and split-second decision-making. If a robot can nail complex dance moves, imagine what it can do in a kitchen or a cluttered living room. That wasn't a gimmick. It was a showcase of robotic agility. And get this. The entire dance routine was learned in simulation through reinforcement learning, then executed flawlessly in the real world. No practice runs, just digital training, real-world perfection. Now let me tell you something that'll completely change how you think about every video you've ever watched. Tesla isn't stopping with first-person footage. The next frontier? Teaching Optimus to learn from any video online, even third-person YouTube clips. Picture this. You want your robot to fold laundry. No coding, no engineers, just a few YouTube tutorials. Optimus watches, learns, and before you know it, it's folding better than you ever could. But here's the mind-blowing part. Third-person videos are way harder. Different camera angles, lighting, and perspectives mean the robot must decode the important motions and map them to its own body. It's like learning to cook by watching someone across the room. Yet Optimus is nailing it. Here's where things get really technical, but stay with me because this part is crucial. Traditional robot training has been like teaching someone to drive by controlling their hands and feet for them. It doesn't scale and it doesn't generalize well. If you teach a robot to stir one specific pot with one specific spoon, it struggles with different pots or spoons. But Tesla's approach, it's completely different. They're using what's called end-to-end learning, where raw video pixels are mapped directly to robot actions. The robot isn't just learning specific movements, it's learning to understand the world and adapt to it. And here's something that should excite you. All of this processing happens in real time on the robot itself. No cloud computing delays, no internet connection required. The robot is making split-second decisions using Tesla's custom AI chips. Remember, this is the same company that revolutionized autonomous driving. They know a thing or two about real-time AI processing. While we're talking about breakthroughs, let me put this in perspective for you. Other companies have been working on humanoid robots for years. Boston Dynamics has those incredible videos of robots doing parkour. Honda had a Zymo walking around decades ago. But here's what none of them achieved: general-purpose learning at this scale. Tesla isn't just building a robot that can do specific tasks. They're building a robot that can learn any task by watching humans do it. That's the difference between a calculator and a computer. One does math, the other can learn to do anything. And speaking of competition, there's something happening in China that should worry everyone. The Chinese robotics industry has nearly doubled its market share in just 4 years, rising from 30% in 2020 to 50% today. They're aiming to lead the humanoid robotics market by 2027, and the Chinese government has approved a state-backed venture capital fund of $138 billion to drive Innovation One. Let me paint a picture for you that might hit closer to home than you think. Imagine you're 80 years old, living alone, and your children live across the country. Simple tasks like cooking, cleaning, or even just having someone to talk to become major challenges. Now imagine having an Optimus robot that not only helps with these tasks, but learns your specific preferences and routines just by watching you. Musk has predicted that Optimus will be Tesla's most profitable product of all time, with applications ranging from household chores to factory work to social companionship. The expected price? Between $20,000 and $30,000. That's less than many cars, for something that could revolutionize your daily life. But here's something even more profound. Musk has talked about this leading to universal high income rather than universal basic income. When robots can do most physical labor, human time becomes infinitely more valuable for creative and interpersonal work. We're talking about a fundamental shift in how society operates. Here's a timeline that should seriously grab your attention. Tesla plans to produce 5,000 Optimus robots in 2025, with the bulk of manufacturing happening later in the year. The first wave will be used internally, but external sales are on track to begin in the second half of 2026, starting with Tesla employees. Think about that. We're possibly just 18 months away from owning a robot that can teach itself by watching YouTube. Let that sink in. In less time than it takes to complete a home renovation, you could have an AI-powered assistant capable of learning and handling tasks across nearly every part of your daily routine. But let's be honest about something that's been keeping me up at night. With great power comes great responsibility, and Musk himself has acknowledged the risks. During a recent forum, he cautioned that a dystopian future is also possible, and referenced James Cameron movies. We all know how those end. The question isn't whether this technology is impressive, it clearly is. The question is whether we're prepared for a world where robots can learn anything by watching videos. What happens when they watch the wrong videos? What happens to employment? What happens to human purpose? These aren't theoretical concerns anymore. They're practical questions we need to answer in the next few years, not decades. Here's why this breakthrough matters more than any robot demonstration you've seen before. Tesla hasn't just built a better robot. They've solved the fundamental problem of robot learning. Instead of requiring thousands of hours of human demonstration for each task, they've created a system that can learn from the collective knowledge of humanity stored in videos online. Think about it this way. Every cooking tutorial, every DIY project, every demonstration video ever created is now potential training data for Optimus One. We're talking about leveraging billions of hours of human knowledge that already exists, rather than creating it from scratch. The implications are staggering. This isn't just about household chores or factory work. This is about creating artificial general intelligence that can learn and adapt like humans do, but without the limitations of human biology. So where does this leave you? Whether you're excited or terrified by this development, one thing is certain. This technology is coming, and it's coming fast. The question is whether you're going to be prepared for it or caught off guard. If you're in the workforce, start thinking about how your skills translate to a world where robots can learn any physical task. If you're an investor, consider the massive disruption coming to every industry that involves manual labor. If you're a parent, think about how to prepare your children for a world where human creativity and emotional intelligence become the most valuable assets. This isn't just another tech announcement. This is the beginning of a new chapter in human history, and you have a front row seat to watch it unfold. The robot revolution isn't coming. It's here. The only question now is what you're going to do about it. Subscribe for more insights on how emerging technologies are reshaping our world, and let me know in the comments. Are you excited or concerned about robots that can learn from YouTube? Because honestly, I'm a little bit of both.